Welcome back to another Goof game review. I'm Jacob, and for this video, I want to continue with the trend of reviewing older titles spanning over the last decade of gaming. After playing Skyrim in my last game review, and seeing how Fallout 76 was also recently reviewed on the channel, I want to jump to 2015, when Bethesda would release a game that would leave critics satisfied, but would be a little more divisive among average players: Fallout 4. Before I dive into the game itself, I want to mention that Fallout 4 was my introduction to Bethesda, meaning that it kind of set the bar for how I would view their games moving forward. So while many fans of their older games may have certain issues with the fully voiced protagonist, the way the game treats the RPG mechanics, and whatever else, I didn't see a problem with it. With that being said, let's jump into the story. Fallout 4 is set in the ruins of Boston as players traverse the Commonwealth in this post-apocalyptic landscape, where factions fight for control of the land and normal, everyday people take things day by day as they struggle to survive. While Fallout fans have already been accustomed to this type of landscape, the game also gives a glimpse of what life was like before the bombs fell, as your character, the sole survivor, experienced the nuclear war firsthand. As the game begins, you customize the sole survivor's appearance before witnessing an average day for this nuclear family. You explore your house as you chat with the family robot Codsworth, enjoy coffee with your spouse, and tend to your newborn son, Sean. Everything seems normal, until the mood shifts with a chilling broadcast reporting that multiple bombs have fallen throughout the US. From here, you narrowly escape the bombs yourself after entering the local Vault 111. Though with Vault Tech, you know things can't end well. After being placed in cryogenic freezing pods, you are woken up centuries later, only to watch as your spouse is killed and your son taken by mysterious figures before being put back under. After waking up once again, the game truly starts, as you begin your quest to find your son and hunt down the people who took him, all while exploring this new, unknown world. Throughout your journey, you'll witness the post-apocalyptic landscape Fallout fans have grown to know as you travel through local settlements spanning all over the Commonwealth, fight a variety of creatures from the annoying but harmless bloatfly all the way to the fearsome Deathclaw, as well as meet a variety of characters and factions who help you on your quest to locate your son. While playing, you have the option to join these factions and learn more about their history, including the local militia group known as the Minutemen, the secretive underground group known as the Railroad, and even the infamous Brotherhood of Steel. There's also the boogeyman of the Commonwealth that people either fear or deny its existence entirely, the Institute. Who you decide to team up with will have lasting consequences on your quest to locate your son, as well as the Commonwealth as a whole. Aside from these groups, the characters you'll meet are just as memorable, many of which can join you as companions, similar to Skyrim. Whether it be the reporter and journalist from Diamond City, Piper, the Brotherhood of Steel loyalist, Paladin Dance, or even the offensive cage fighter Kate, there's a plethora of unique characters with their own backstories and questlines as they join you on your adventures. While I really enjoyed the RPG elements present in the game, many older fans had a problem with the dialogue wheel, limiting your say in a game where choices matter most. The fully voiced protagonist also drew criticism from longtime fans, and although I personally never had a problem with it, it can create some interesting conversations, as you can change moods instantly depending on your choices. This system would be scrapped in Fallout 76, reverting back to the old dialogue system after the introductions of NPCs, so it's interesting to see what Bethesda will do for Fallout 5 and other future installments. Taking a step away from the story and focusing on the gameplay, I found the game to be enjoyable all the way through. The weapons feel great compared to previous Fallout titles, though melee is still hit or miss, as just like with Skyrim, as long as your weapon and armor stats are better than the enemies, it's only a matter of spamming the attack button repeatedly. Fortunately though, because of the variety of enemies and the inclusion of VATS, each combat encounter can feel unique and memorable depending on the playstyle you chose. The game takes big steps to improve what came before, but to some fans, that can also feel like a departure from what made the games great in the first place. Overall, I feel as though this was a solid entry into the franchise that made it feel new again. I find myself returning to the game every so often, as I've already created multiple characters to play through all the faction endings. The featured DLC is also worth noting, as each of these expands on the world, allowing you to travel to new places and experience more unique storylines. All that's left to do now is wait until Fallout 5 releases to see where Bethesda takes this franchise next. So, what did you think of Fallout 4? Did you play it when it first released 7 years ago? Or maybe you picked it up sometime later? If you're an older fan, how do you feel about all the changes made to the core Fallout mechanics? And what are you hoping is changed for future installments? Let me know all your thoughts down below. I'm Jacob, thanks for watching.